Hello survivors, Beads here, and I'm coming to you guys with a survival guide that will help you stay alive and make your life as prolonged as possible in Dayz. So you might be wondering, what am I doing out here? Alright, so for today I'm going to be giving you guys a rundown on where to go in Cherno and where to always look. As you can see in front of us, we have the beautiful industrial, really ugly to be honest, city of Cherno, and I'm going to give you guys a rundown of which spots are dangerous, which spots always have the bandits on top of them, which spots have the good loot, where to go, where to avoid, and where it's safe, where it's obviously you're going to die. And I'm going to make sure to help you stay alive, but still you should be careful. If I'm the server, take my own advice, I'll still find you and kill you. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright fellow survivors, first we find ourselves on top of the biggest tower in Cherno. Everybody can see it, it's right in the middle, it's situated a little bit in the northern end of the town. And it's basically the hotspot for many snipers. I feel as if it has died down in the last few months because too many people go up here, and it's just a spot that everybody usually knows. But in case you don't, and as this also a reminder to never forget about this place, snipers like to come up here, peep their little dick holes through these little holes right here, snipe you, pick you off while you're just innocently going about your business. I know this through personal experience on both ends of the field. I've been shot at from down there, up here, and I've been the one doing the shooting. I've also killed many people up here. If I need a gun, I always go up here, hope there's somebody up here, and I kill them. And basically, if you see somebody up here, don't try the whole, hey, are you friendly trick, because if they're up here, there's nothing to accomplish up here besides your imminent death. Also, make sure to check the spots below right there. And right there. Whether you are up here and doing the killing, I'm not saying don't, if this is also a great spot if you are looking to be a bandit. Come up here, or one of these spots, maybe have a friend down there. It's usually how me and my friend did it. Okay, and this is anal rape right here. I call this building anal rape because when you're not paying attention, it'll come from behind and just fuck you. People hide up here, hide behind between those little smokestack, whatever the hell that is, and they just pop. Sometimes they lay on that corner there and just pick people off while they're in the fire station and such. But yeah, this is a huge hotspot because it gives you a vantage point over the entire city, and just basically anywhere you're running around town, you can get picked off from here. And zoom on to the next one. In our next part of Cherno, we have the more northern part, the northwest part. And up here, we have these apartment buildings, which contain a variety of different kinds of loot, from guns, food, backpacks, maps, flashlights, all that crap. But the downside is they're really freaking loud, and you go in there and zombies will come up there and they fucking clog those hallways. And I mean, if you got a big gun, they're bottlenecked and you can mow them down, but they're gonna keep coming and it's just a pain in the ass. I just kind of stay away from these buildings. I feel like I'd rather die of thirst than have to go in there to get a soda. Up here we have the hospital, and as you can see, there are meds on top, and there's also, if you go down here on the front, I can't really show it from here, there is glass that you can break with any sort of weapon, and inside is plenty of boxes of medicine. There's also down here by the ladder, usually there's a box full of shit. As you can see, I think there's some right now. Yeah, there's a couple things down there. So sometimes there's medical supplies there, but other than that, the northern part, especially the northwest, is the only part really that has anything to offer in Cherno. Down the street from here is the grocery store, or I mean not the grocery store, gas station. So if you have a vehicle, it's a good place to fill up. Actually, it's pretty much your risk because there's a solid chance you'll get shot if you have a vehicle. But like I said, if you're out of fuel, you can refuel there, or outside of Cherno down the street this way. So that's on for this part. Alright people, next we have the fire station located on the western side of town. This, in my opinion, is the hottest point in Cherno, because most people will get the idea that this is where they will get their weapon so they can kill you. Like, as you can see, look, I just took a step in here, look what we found, M16. Now I can defend myself against anybody. That's the first thing you have to do, is get some kind of defense. So how this works is, I say most people come here because this is like the best part of town, basically the western part. It has this fire station, which I will go up in. It's just like all the loot you'll need, you'll find here on the west side, as opposed to the north side, which is just mainly outside of that the hospital and such. Is just car parts, like industrial buildings where you can find car parts. But as you can see, people will come up here. There'll be lots of bandits sometimes up here, not only gathering loot but shooting people. Yeah, they usually hide out up here. Sometimes the clever ones hide out on the terrace out there. There's a glitch that a lot of people like to use in Dayz. It's if you go into this corner wall on the second story, you can go through, and they get up here and just basically lay down and kill all the people that come through. And they also have a vantage point on the grocery store, which is always filled with people too, because that's the main source of food and backpacks and other such things that you need. We'll be moving on to there next. Alright, here we are at the grocery store. My fellow survivors, you can tell with the ha 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 ha, whatever the fuck that says, that you're here. And basically you want to go about entering this building. You don't want to just charge in like a bat out of hell. Oftentimes there are people in there that have lower grade weapons such as Enfields, double barrels, maybe even a crossbow, maybe even an axe waiting behind the door. They'll be waiting there, so you don't ever want to go through there. That's a no-no. You always want to take it slowly from the back. Slowly keep your head in, you know, just take a nice little look around, make sure there's no one in the back. And then here you can check the whole back, get the food you need, get the drinks you need. Backpacks, usually there's all that shit you'll need. It's a great place to get it. So yeah, this is if you're trying to head up north, this is probably the best place to stop. And also, if you're coming in from the other side of Cherno and don't want to leave Cherno, you just want to stay more inside the city, it's pointless to go anywhere west of here. Everything else out there is basically useless. But in accordance with this grocery store, right down the street, we have your place of worship, where you can go and get on your knees and beg for forgiveness for the poor bandit that you had to kill in defense of yourself, or in my case, the poor survivor you killed so you could take all his shit and further advance your cause. Hey man, better you than me. So, right down the street from the grocery store back there, we have the church. Still standing strong, even after the zombie apocalypse. Here you can come beg for forgiveness, preach. You know, there's even the Bible right here if you want to read it. It's more like, that looks like a fucking royal Bible. Wish I could steal that. But yeah, there's loot in here. It's usually crappy. I don't really find stuff. There's good little guns, ammos, sometimes food. Just like a crappy version of the grocery store, I'd say. But sometimes people like to hide out in here, peep around these corners. So when you come in, just make sure to be aware of these little tombs to the left and right, because you want to keep an eye on that, because there could be very well people behind it that will put one in your ass. Alright, moving on. And as we move across the middle of the city, we find the local hotel, aka fucking Fool's Gold, because there's never jack shit in there. So just stay away from there, because you're basically begging to be shot by anybody up there. And in any of these buildings, these restaurants, people like to peep out of those windows up there sometimes, right there. So just avoid that hotel. But if you can sneak your way up here, it's also a great place for bandits. Sometimes they hide up here because it's in the middle of the city. You have to climb up one of these side poles. You wouldn't imagine that your guy's skilled enough to climb up this little thing. I don't know what the hell he's grabbing onto, but he does it. So don't worry about that. So once you get up here, just make sure to keep your eye out for people. And you'll be very loud as you step on this metal platform. So if there's somebody up here, be aware, because they could be hiding out up here trying to pick little noobs like me and you off. No, I'm just kidding. Not really a noob. I've been playing this game forever. But yeah, they'll be up here. And there's also, once again, similar to the church, ammos, backpacks, as you can see. Sometimes a gun or two, crossbows. But mainly, it's a great place to just shoot people. If you're a bandit, I mean, you have to. It's a risk though, because if someone's up there, you're done. Someone's on the hospital, right there. You could also be done, and even the fire station if they have a good weapon. But you can also once again fire back at them. Except up there, it'll be rough, because they can hide from you, and you really can't. But yeah, that's the center of the town, people. Not much else to look at. Down south from here is the docks. No point going down there. Sometimes you will spawn down there, so just head on up north, because you ain't gonna find anything down there besides the toolbox, maybe. Now, as we make our way onto the east side, you people have to realize that this is probably the second most important place in Cherno, because we have, voila, your beautiful hospital. Same format as the other one. No medical box right now, but there are some supplies. Roof, of course, too. And be careful for bandits up there. They like to hide out, because it also gives you a view of the medical tents right up here, up ahead. But once again, you're vulnerable. If you're a bandit and you're doing that, be careful for the big tower up there. Broken glass. Come through here, your medical boxes. You need medical supplies, come get them. Get your blood bags, get high on morphine, whatever you need, it's right there. Just once again, I can't say it enough, I can't stress this. That building, it's death. And if there are no medical supplies or you're too scared to come to that one, like I often am, you know, there's beautiful medical tents here, and these have a bigger supply of medical supplies. As you can see, we have a surplus of blood bags. Oh boy, just don't you get excited seeing all those blood bags. And right to the north of it, we have more medical tents with more blood bags, ironically. You can go up here, get some shots off on people, although it's rough because zombies do follow you up there, and I've never really had much luck from up there. I'm trying to defend my friends, nor be a bandit. But the great thing about these medical tents is there's these two other tents down here, which spawn in military loot. So oftentimes, yeah, like that, you'll find the AK. Such things like that. Weapons, grenades I've found in here before, backpacks, ammos. Don't expect to find medical supplies in here, but do expect to find guns. So I mean, if you want to avoid the fire station altogether, you can take your chances with this. Get yourself a nice gun and medical supplies, and you'll be on your way. Now you just have to take care of food. But that basically knocks out about all of Cherno. Alright guys, till next time. See ya.